All right, you did good. All right, I'm going to bring up to the stage somebody that I went to high school with. Graduated with her in 1974. We've been friends a long, long time. And Miss Kitty is originally from San Diego, California, but these days she calls Oklahoma home. Off and on for the last 20 years, she has been traveling across the Midwest from Las Vegas to Texas to hone her comedy skills. So far, she hasn't got it right, but we're hoping it will. Okay? She's a Toastmaster Bronze and an official 2006 Oklahoma State Toastmaster Humorous Speech Contest writer. Wow. She has appeared on season four show of the Toddlers and Tiaras. Damn, I got a master's degree and I got that right. All right. Her hand puppet. Seriously? Really? Wow. We were going to keep this clean. Hand puppet. All right, yeah. Her hand puppet, Susan, can be seen on the 5th season of The Last Comic Standing. She has also been seen doing cameo safety briefings on Copa trains to Fort Worth. That was a back it up deal. She was backing up. Beep, beep, beep. Yeah, it was. You didn't see that. You missed it. I'm telling you, folks. So without further hesitation, let me bring her up here to stage, Miss Kitty.
Short girl.
What a great crowd. Look at you guys. Give it up for y'all. I do have to correct something that Ricky said. He said friend. No. Yeah, he'd like to think so. Anyway, I just got out of rehab. Physical rehab. Head injury. And you know what, you guys, there's something great about a head injury. You guys, it's like I don't remember anything. I don't have any regrets. I don't have any remorse. I don't have any guilt. I get along great with all my friends. I don't have to go to a psychiatrist. Saves me about $6,000 a year. I'm telling you what, there's nothing like a good concussion to help you learn to live with your past. That's why I use a no card. So anyway, I'm a sexagenarian. It sounds hot, doesn't it? It's not. It just means I'm in my 60s. So if you're in your 60s, you can go around saying, I'm a sexagenarian. And everybody will wonder what you're up to. So anyway, things change a little bit, and we're on a fixed income now. So we have to coupon. And the other day, I ran across a coupon that said, free chapstick when you buy Preparation H. I know there's a joke in there somewhere, but I just don't know where to start. I can't make heads nor tails out of it. The whole thing just leaves me chapped. So anyway, my doctor, that's another thing when you're a sexagenarian, you hang out at your doctor's office. I've got him on speed dial, you know. So he says, you need to exercise. Well, I'm the laziest person in the world. So I went out and bought one of those full body vibration machines. Have you guys seen those? It looks like a large bath scale. You stand on it, you take the remote, you set it on 10 minutes, and it oscillates your fat at running speed. So we have all this going like at running speed. First time I used it, my grandkids stood behind me and laughed their asses off. 10 minutes. So everybody got a workout. So the other day I'm using it, and my 10-year-old granddaughter, she comes through the front door, and she's got a little friend with her. She comes through the front door, goes to the kitchen behind me and out the garage door. So here in a few minutes, here she comes back again with another kid. After the third child, I looked down in the garage, and the kid is giving her $1. Thinking she's pimping out my fat. I'm wondering if this is how P.T. Barnum got his start. So my doctor said I had to go on a diet. So I joined a weight support group. First week I was there, they gave this lovely program on self-esteem. And then I went back and I lost 5 pounds. Give it up for my 5 pounds. Yes. But they gave me a trophy that said Big Loser. During my acceptance speech, I said, well, I would like to thank all my new friends who are also a bunch of big losers. So they asked me to do a program, and I wasn't going to do one over exercise. So I did one over laughter. And I discovered that the human face has 43 muscles. We use 20 muscles to smile. You use 40 muscles to laugh. So y'all don't be a bunch of lazy asses. Laugh your asses off at my jokes. Work it. Work it. I know, work it. So I have a bad attitude. Yeah. I'm that person who says, my cousin, she's back there and she always goes, I wish I would have said this and this after a confrontation. And I always go, oh, I wish I would have kept my mouth shut. My tongue gets ahead of my brain. So it's like when I met Frankie's mom, she goes, Kitty, I understand you've been divorced 5 times. No, I've been widowed 5 times. And I've been cleared on each and every one of those charges. And I just can't wait to marry your boy. So since I have such a bad attitude, I try to go to church. Every day I wake up and I think, I'm going to be a better person today. And every day I fail. So I go to church, and the people there are kind of crazy too. Like my minister, he was on the pulpit the other day and he confessed that he had a road rage problem. And I'm thinking, well, that's all good and fine. But he's driving the church van 95% of the time. And then I'm thinking, maybe we need to go to the church next door and steal the signs off of their van, slap them on our van, so no one will know he's with us. And then I'm thinking, maybe we need to put a bumper sticker on there that says, don't like my driving? Dial 1-800-TELL-GOD. Or 1-800-PRAY about it. I don't know. So the other day I was really trying to be a better person. So I said, I'll stand in while the secretary at the church is on vacation. And I don't know what was going on in the cat world, but all the crazy cat ladies were calling up needing prayers for the cats. I want to be on the cat request line, the prayer request. So Lottie Mae called, and her cat Boots got his ear ripped off and his ass whipped, and he needed last rites. I said, Brother Darrell, he goes, I gotta go do it. I'm like, well, can you do that? How do you know what life Boots is on? How do you do that? He goes, I don't know, and he just walked out. So anyway, while he was gone, I was doing the donations and I was recording them, and I noticed those crazy cat ladies are very generous with their fundage. And I thought, these women own Brother Darrell. You could say he was a little bit kitty cat whipped. So the other day, when I was at church, the minister's wife approached me and she said, I have reason to believe that my husband's been coming by your house to cheat. I'm like, oh my God, where do you get that? She said, because I found 3 loaves, empty loaves of your special sweet spice bread in the back seat of his car. I said, how do you get infidelity out of that? She said, infidelity? I'm talking carbs. I got the man on keto. Yeah, he's cheating all right. I'm going to cut him off right away. So anyway, when you're a sexagenarian, a lot of my social life is at funerals these days. And yeah, so I flew out to L.A. to go to a funeral. And while I was there, I picked up my grandson, Nathan. Nathan is 5 years old. And any time you're dealing with Nathan, there's going to be an issue, okay? So I told him, I said, Nathan, get something and put, a treat at the store and put it in Nana's purse, and you'll have it there. And so he picks these. Have you guys seen these? These are mini M&Ms in a little tube. Well, apparently to the TSA, this looks like a pipe bomb full of shrapnel. So I'm going through the x-ray, and they, like 5 people are right there on my purse, and I'm thinking, what are they looking at? And I think, oh, it's Nathan's candy. So I step forward and I touch my purse, boom, I'm up against the wall. Okay, they detained us for 3 hours. I'm thinking, it took them 3 hours to figure out that candy can't kill you? Well, it's a slow death. So anyway, they have to reschedule us, and they get us on another plane, and we're coming home. And we get on the plane, and the captain comes on the intercom, and he says, "This is your pilot, Captain Simon." Simon says, "Buckle your seatbelt." No, not doing it. I've had enough. So then we started the bed. We got in the air and we started the beverage service. And have you ever watched those girls with the flight attendants with their little trays? They push them, they stop them, they lock them, they serve. Push them, stop them, lock them, serve. Push, stop, lock, serve. Right when they get to us, Captain Simon comes on and he says, "This is Captain Simon. We need to cease beverage service because we have turbulence." Nathan starts to cry. I jump up and I say, "Look, red light, green light. Nathan needs a drink. And you can tell Captain Simon if he doesn't like it, Red Rover is about to come over, and I have a cylinder full of mini M&Ms, and I know how to use them." Two things. They do have the air marshals on those planes. And my lawyer said, "Do not say anything else about this incident." So there's a big hole in the TSA, and I don't know if any of you have ever flown before, but it's kids. You don't need ID to fly with kids. They depend on the children to tell them information. That's all good and fine, unless you're dealing with a 2-year-old. So I have my grandson, Ed, and he's 2 years old. And you ask him, "What is your name?" And he says, "Ed." You ask him any question, he says, yes or no, Okay. So I hand the man, well, first off, we walk up there, and he's wearing his pink Dora the Explorer backpack because he's a second child, and that's a hand-me-down, He loves it. He thinks it's groovy. He's like, yeah. I use a groovy word. He's done one. Anyway, so he comes up there, and the man says to him, he looks at his ticket, and he says, "So you're Edward Woods?" And Ed says, I said, "Tell him your name." "Ed." He said, "So your name is Edward Woods?" I said, "Tell him your name again." "Ed." He says, "So you're Ed?" I'm like, dude, you're in a loop with a 2-year-old. Pull up. You're the adult here. So it was. It could have gone on all day. So Ed loves airplanes. And about that time, Ed can see through the TSA, and he can see across the terminal, and he sees an airplane parked at the gate over there. Ed doesn't speak. He speaks 2-year easy, He says, so Ed gets all excited. He throws up his hands, and he calls an airplane Amid. And he starts screaming, "Amid! Amid! Amid!" And he's running through the TSA. And the guy's going, "What's he saying?" I'm like, I don't know. He looks like a little terrorist. I mean, so, now I have to admit, the TSA agent that was at the X-ray was really cool because he had his hands up. She said, "I got him." She got him, and I'm like running behind him, and she's good. "Put your hands up. I got you. Keep going." And he ran until he hit that window over there, right there by that. But they need to do something about 2-year-olds. I don't know what it is, but they need to do something. So it's just a family thing. My family's so weird. We did the DNA thing. Have any of you done the DNA? The family DNA? No, really? I can't believe that none of you done the DNA. Well, this joke is really going to tell you, you're not even going to know what I'm talking about. You know where you spit in the cup for like an hour? So I did it. And the first thing I learned was I have 2 mothers. My mother's an identical twin. Who the hell needs 2 mothers? Like one mother can't screw you up bad enough. And then I find out that makes my cousins my siblings. Genetically, they're my siblings. So now I got 10 people who can hit me up for bone marrow or a kidney. And then I find out that my uncle is really my brother, but we don't know by which mother because the twins ain't talking. So what I found out using this DNA test is my family's a bunch of whoremongers and fornicators. Every day it seemed like I was getting a new call from new relatives. And the weirdest one I heard, or unique, my grandfather impregnated a woman. Then he ran off to California. Said woman had the child. She joined the circus to get a ride to California to chase my grandfather down. On the way to California, she was strangled by a circus monkey. The circus people kept the kid and raised it as their own. Now I got a troop of clowns camping in my backyard. So I get a note from the DNA service, and they said, "Would you like to buy your family crest?" I don't even want to see my family crest. It's probably a laughing penis overshadowed by a winking asshole. So Friday I get a message from the DNA service. Someone's looking for my dad in Japan, his Navy years. And I'm thinking, that's all I need is a fat, red-headed Japanese sibling. So I just deleted it, closed my computer, went to my room, and sat in the dark. At this point, I just want my cup of spit back. So sometimes, I'm a weird person. You guys probably figured that out. Sometimes I do some thinking, and I think about stuff. It's like, if 2 bipolar people got married, would they be a quadpolar family? Or would they be 2x bipolar? Or would they be bipolar squared? And would I have to use new math to figure this out? And do I have to show my work? And then I'm thinking, if you're an introvert, but you're perky about it, are you a pervert? So since I've been doing comedy, I've been meeting a lot of new people. And I don't know them, and I don't know if they're crazy or not. So I came up with a test, and I'm going to administer it to you now. It goes like this. Do you think that deaf people can hear the voices inside their head? Those of you that laughed, you're probably normal. The rest of you can be my inner circle. So anyway, I'm thinking my time's up about now. Hey, I'm a ham. Come be my fan. You can find me on Instagram. Kitty Gilligan. That's me. Gee, Gilligan spells Gilligan. I need tap shoes. Yeah, I'm a ham. Could be my fan. You can find me on Instagram, Kitty Gilligan. That's me. And if you get me there, you can go to my website and you can get the recipe for my sweet spice bread that's guaranteed to make your minister cheat.